Ladies and gentlemen, if you're like me, you're sick and tired of seeing this commercial everywhere.
Just a pea-sized amount of Lumi applied.
Look, I don't care who you are, we do not need to know anything about your underboobs, your butt crack, especially your beyond.
This is the perfect deodorant for your ball sacks.
With the heyday of cable TV having long since passed, it would seem like the 2-minute infomercial has been met with a similar fate. It's been so long since we've invited the greats like Billy Mays into our homes. From OxyClean to the big city slider station, this man left an impact on the world of advertising that lasts to this day. Mays was beloved so much that the Discovery Channel seized the opportunity to give him the shot at cable stardom he absolutely deserved with their 2009 series Pitchmen. The series follows the day-to-day lives of longtime collaborators Billy Mays and Anthony Sullivan, the eponymous Pitchmen. These men have built their careers on helping inventors pitch their ideas to a nationwide television audience. It's not like every invention brought their way as a home run, though.
It's like getting pulled over by 100 police cars. I don't know.
I came up with a device that allows women to urinate standing up, much like men do.
This is what men do! Yeah! This is what men do!
You can't polish a turd and call it mighty putty. The first episode features someone trying to pitch their incredibly shock-absorbent shoe inserts, and it seems like a pretty normal business meeting until the dude comes in like a maniac with a frickin' hammer, and he smashes his own hand between the stuff, but he looks fine. I mean, you could just see the amazement on Billy Mays' face, which leads us to the WOW demo.
Wow!
Whether you're familiar with the phrase or not, we've all seen the OxyClean being poured into the tank of dirty water, or the absolutely absurd strength of Mighty Putty. These are created with the intention to convince the viewer that these products punch far above their weight class, but they do it in situations that you know you're never going to find yourself in, like having to tug the HMS Bounty with just Mighty Putty. Sully comes up with the idea that in order to demonstrate how shock-absorbent impact gel is, he needs someone's hand to get ran over. Billy hesitantly agrees, but the whole time he either forgets his lines or chickens out. You know, Billy, no one's making you do this. You could have just said no. So Anthony takes his place, and we see like 3 different angles of a slow-mo of his hand getting ran over, but he's fine. When we see the fully shot commercial, you can clearly see that they use different takes in the actual show versus the one they used in the commercials. So it makes me wonder how many times they actually ran over Sully's hand, especially after making a comment like this.
That is the last time I'm doing that today.
Impact Gel Guy was happy with the commercial, although he for some reason really wanted Dwayne Wade to appear in it.
Well, we also have permission from the Miami Heat, though, to shoot practice in the background, and then Dwayne Wade has agreed to talk about the insults.
The spot was a success, and Impact Gel can still be found online today. This next lady's invention's a little different. They're like Swiffer slippers that strap to your shoes that she calls them shuffles.
Double trouble for dirty floors. Wear shuffles on your feet to easily clean all floor surfaces.
Even when we see her using them, it looks like she's about to fall over. But the Pitchmen take a chance on her, especially after hearing that she quit her 6-figure job and invested her entire life savings into the project. At first glance, you might think this product is ridiculous, and you'd be correct. To test the product, Sully leaves Billy in charge of a team of housemaids to clean his house, and it's pretty obvious that none of them feel too comfortable around Billy, which kind of seems to be a recurring theme in the series. That, along with his massive ego, makes him seem like he's a little hard to work with. In fact, his ego is so big, he actually brought a stack of portraits to sign and give to these housemaids, including the ones that don't speak English and would have no idea who he is.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
What is that,
10.
10?
10.
Hey.
When the Pitchmen get around to writing the commercial with her, she has a couple bits of input which are totally valid. I mean, after all, it's not like her total financial future's writing on this or anything. But the show's editors go way out of their way to make this woman seem, at best, annoying. They use this clip of her saying "one more thing" literally 5 times in 60 seconds.
One more thing. One more thing. One more thing.
The last time they use it, they mirror the footage so it looks like it's not the same footage.
One more thing.
Then when they show her the finished product, they're still roasting her.
You like it for real?
I don't know what to say.
Thank you, would be nice.
You know, I really don't know what this show has out for this woman. I mean, I get her idea's not great, but that doesn't mean we have to add insult to injury, right? She's already spent everything she has on this, and when she finds out the commercial was less than successful, she can't just give up.
I think if I was her, I would have walked away by now, but she just won't let go.
One more thing.
Some of these pitches really make you wonder whether they're just saying yes for the sake of the show. During the sizzle reel of products in one of the episodes, I thought for sure they were going to pitch these flameless candles that charge with solar power, and they can detect light levels to automatically turn on. But instead they go with this sonic shark repeller. You strap it to your leg and it makes these weird noises that are supposed to make it safer when swimming in shark-infested water, because that's something people are concerned with, apparently. Billy once again decides against being the one to do the demonstration, leaving Sully to sink or swim. I think Billy hates Sully. I really do. We see countless examples throughout the series, whether he's threatening to kick Sully's ass at a convention,
I don't appreciate what he just said. I'm gonna kick his...
to petty arguments about who's gonna say what during a commercial.
I even gave you the opening line.
Yeah, hi, I'm Billy Mays.
But the worst has to be when Billy tossed Chum into the water while Anthony was testing out the sonic shark repeller. We later find out that the shark repeller actually broke while Sully was testing it out.
A shark stopper might not be such a great idea.
They come to this hasty conclusion that the idea wasn't really fit to be advertised on television. Kind of makes you think about, how many steps it went through to get to this whole swimming idea, how many people were involved in there, and how many of them just said, yeah, let's do it. I want Sully to get eaten. However, we all know Billy's tenure on the show wouldn't last much longer. On June 28, 2009, just 4 days after the season finale of Pitchmen aired, Billy Mays was found unresponsive in his bed and declared deceased later that morning. Autopsy reports revealed the cause of death to be heart failure, with an illicit stimulant being noted as a contributor. In the final interview he did before his passing, Billy Mays actually talked about how frequently he was flying across the country for weeks at a time. So it wouldn't surprise me to hear that he had to turn to illicit substances to keep that appearance up. After all, this does happen to a lot of Hollywood and celebrity types. After Billy's passing, Sully would take over many of Billy's pitching spots, including OxyClean and the Jupiter Jack. However, with the radical shift in direct-to-consumer marketing, largely targeting an internet-based audience, it would seem that Pitchmen was a perfect send-off to what can only be described as a once-in-a-lifetime duo. But this hasn't stopped someone from stepping into Billy Mays' impact gel-fitted shoes, and his name is Phil Swift. I mean, it just feels like such a natural progression of advertising. Many of Phil Swift's most memeable moments may have been inspired by Mays, notably cutting a vehicle in half.
I saw this boat in half!
Is it possible for the Flex brand of products to have been inspired by the Billy Mays pitched Mighty Putty? Possibly. Unlike Phil Swift, Billy was unable to capitalize on the meme culture formed around his advertisements. We all know he would have embraced the status to its fullest. There was even supposed to be Taco Bell advertisements that would air in 2009, parodying his exuberant pitching methods. Discovery Channel would air a second season of the show starting in 2011, but Billy's absence was totally noticeable. I mean, there just wasn't any energy left in the show. There was no reason to continue watching it. A show with Sully by himself feels like Costello without Abbott or Teller without Penn. Increasing popularity in the competing series Shark Tank left doubts that a third series could be made. But who knows, maybe one day Phil Swift will team up with the ShamWow guy to make a new series. Of course, they are the right men for the pitch.